Welcome to the show that talks about Tulsa. People making a difference in the Tulsa community. Special guest interviews spotlighting local businesses to cover important issues within the community no one else is talking about. The hot topics and more. Ladies and gentlemen, this is World One Development's News You Can Use with your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper and Damali Wilson.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use. We want to thank everyone for either listening on the radio, watching us on Facebook Live, and on www.KBOB899.com, or tuning into any of the News You Can Use media networks, which are powered by World One Development. We really appreciate that. I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Damali Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper. It's Wednesday, a.k.a. Hump Day, August 21st, 2024. And we are live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development. We are set for an exciting show, you guys. You better call your mom and them and tell them. You can dial in at 918-856-3873 or post your comments on our Facebook Live feed at World One Development.
On today's show, it's election season. And in Tulsa, we're voting for city councilors in every district, as well as for mayor. In studio will be mayoral candidate Monroe Nichols, current District 1 City Councilwoman Vanessa Hall Harper, and District 1 candidate Angela Chambers discussing their platform.
Yep, that'll be a good one. We'll also talk to Miss Wanda J about her celebration of 50 years serving the Tulsa community, and Miss Alicia Hill about cruising the seas, singing on the cruise ships.
And of course, our Hump Day hot topic, which is the Democratic National Convention.
Whoa.
It has started and we're going to talk about it. Birthdays and more.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development. Put on your seatbelt. We'll be right back, y'all.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046. EduRec is a youth and family fun center located at 5424 North Madison Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At EduRec, we offer a host of activities for children and families of the Tulsa community at little to no cost. To find out about the many programs, activities, and services offered at EduRec, please visit our website, www.edurectulsa.com, or just give us a call at 918-430-3947.
Fitting Back In is a reintegration program designed to help those released from prison to fit back into the community as productive, valuable members of society. They help schedule various classes such as anger management, substance abuse, and mental health. They also work with different programs in the community to provide job training. If you or someone you know needs help with resources in career development, employment, or housing, to find out more information, call 918-592-3500 or stop by 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development.
And we are back. So News You Can Use is all about spreading some light on the positive happenings in our community. There are many great businesses, programs, and events occurring in our neighborhood, and we felt the community needed to hear about those things. One, so we can support, and two, so we can be informed.
What's going on, family? I'm Charles Harper, Chief Executive Officer of World One Development, which includes Fitting Back In, EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, 36th Street North Event Center, and my job, because the world wants to know, is to provide leadership for all aspects of World One Development with the emphasis on long-term goals, growth, profits, and a return on that investment. And I am so excited and I am so elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
And I'm Damali Wilson, Chief Operating Officer for World One Development. And my job is designing and implementing business operations and establishing policies that promote company culture and vision. I am also in charge of social media for all of the World One Development entities. If you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show or any of our other individual platforms, inbox me your contact information on Facebook Messenger so we can talk. I'm also happy and elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
Damali, what's happening?
Nothing much. What's happening with you?
Man, it is hump day. It's a hot day, but it's a great day in Tulsa, Oklahoma, on Greenwood, home of Black Wall Street.
You know what? I concur with that assessment.
Hey, I tell you what, it was a loaded weekend, Damali.
It was. Oh my God. Yeah, there were so many things happening this past weekend.
Right.
I mean, just absolutely amazing. So we want to give a huge shout out, first of all, to everyone who participated in the Spreading Hope Back to School Bash. That was amazing. I want to say shout out to the Divine Nine. They showed up on Friday night and helped us pack. Stepping in your seat.
I'm
okay. But they showed up and helped us, stuff backpacks.
Right.
And get those ready. There were several other organizations that came and helped, but just a huge shout out to the KBOB family, the Juice Radio Show, Supporters of Families with Sickle Cell, World One Development, and EduRec, for just coming together and being able to gather everybody and galvanize everybody to even be able to offer that service to the community.
That's what you call unity in the community. JB Smooth kicked it off. He was up hosting. I'm like, I didn't even know JB was hosting, but he was dancing like on an African dance. I said, oh, he is in his bag now. But anyway, that's what you call just making adjustments that you need to, but it was a good vibe. It's a good energy. Let me tell you something. It wasn't super hot early on either.
Yeah.
I mean, but when 2 o'clock came around, the sun said, never fear, the heat is here.
Exactly.
And everybody started packing up their bags. Because about 2 o'clock, it started really starting to steam up a little bit. But by that, we had already had a good time, man. Yeah. You had over 50 vendors. You had all of your first responders. We on Greenwood. We were by Langston, B.S. Roberts Park. Shout out to Historic Main Street Board.
Yes,
always. Shout out to Bill and the crew.
Yes, absolutely. It's always, this event is always all hands on deck. Yeah. And I appreciate everybody that showed up because I had some folks that showed up in my stead. You guys know that my godmother passed away.
Right.
And so this is the first back to school bash that I've missed since I've been with World One Development.
Everybody was looking for you.
I know. I'm so sorry. But, people knew that where I was. And so thank you for all of your prayers for our family. That was a tough one. Mother Willis was 90 years old, and lived a great life, but it don't matter. It don't matter when it's, when you leave us, we still are,
Let me tell y'all something right now. There is never a good time to tell mom goodbye. Let me tell you that. I don't care if she's 150, but it's still good to get your 3 scores plus 10 plus another 20.
Yeah.
Everybody not getting that nowadays. Yeah. But I knew Mother Willis, man. Shout out to Kawan and her family. Love y'all. I'm glad that y'all just really wrapped y'all arms around and I looked at the pictures and all of that. So it was really tough. I call it a homegoing celebration.
Yes.
And I will never say goodbye. Say see you later.
Yes.
Because sooner or later, all of us got to head that way. We got to head somewhere.
Man, gotta go somewhere.
Where you going? You better get saved. No, I'm just going. This ain't a church.
Okay, we ain't gonna start church. Okay, we ain't gonna start church today.
All right.
But you're right. You are right. So, but just thank everybody for all of their prayers and everything. Everything has gone well. Continue to pray for the Willis family because this is tough.
I'm about to shout out too because we talked about the Spirit and Hope. The number one person I'm gonna shout out is the brother on the grill.
Man,
I'm going
and
back
I missed the burgers. I missed the hot dogs.
It was good. I tried to save you one, but me and JB split it last minute. We didn't know it wasn't a setup, but we was
JB,
working.
You wasn't even trying to think.
We had it all wrapped up for you with some Lay's chips.
When a brother hungry, a brother hungry.
Come on, bro.
No game.
I thought we was better than that.
We knew you wasn't gonna be there.
Yeah, we knew. We tried.
Okay.
We knew you was busy.
So y'all we just gone ahead and eat your portion.
Yes, you was busy with the fam. That is a legit excuse.
Y'all see how they do me?
I'm saying something too. Is I love the superheroes out there too.
They are always
I saw
fun.
Spider-Man over there and seeing the rest of the crew, man. I thought that was phenomenal.
Mario and Luigi.
Yes.
The Princess Peach.
Right.
And Cinderella was there.
And
Cinderella was there.
Yes. You missed a star-studded
man. They were out there. So again, we just want to just send a huge shout out to Tulsa. Because this was people from north, south, east, and west.
Yeah.
We had a great time. It was no drama. The vibes was good, man. It was great. So, we'll keep it up.
Well, it looks like we're about to roll into our Black History trivia. So, y'all ready? Charles, go ahead and tell them. No Googling.
Don't start Googling, y'all. Now, y'all know this is coming up. People already got their computer out.
I know. Just wait.
I know Black History is only in February, but on news you can use is every week. So, just put your thinking cap on and give it your best shot.
All right, here we go. Black History trivia. So who was the first African-American school board member and judge? Was it A, John Mercer Langston? Was it B, Wentworth Cheswell? Was it C, Edward Garrison Walker, or was it D, Alexander Lucius Twilight?
So this person was the
Why'd you start
first
laughing,
school
JB?
board member and judge?
Lucius.
Both
Yes.
together?
Yes.
Ooh. I got to go like when I took the ACT, I got to get into my process of elimination. Try to. What y'all saying on the live, man? Don't y'all be leaving us hanging?
I know,
like
right? Everybody quiet.
Everybody quiet.
Everybody is quiet.
JB,
Nobody's
what
going to say nothing.
Read it one more time. Read it again.
Okay,
you
one
read,
more
I
again?
pray. Yeah. Come on.
Who was the first African American school board member and judge? Was it A, John Mercer Langston? Was it B, Wentworth Cheswell? Was it C, Edward Garrison Walker? Or was it D, Alexander Lucius Twilight?
They say when you don't know the answer, you go with C.
Okay, so
put
Charles
me
is
down.
going to go with C.
If y'all follow me, it's gonna be the blind following the blind. I told y'all what I was doing. I'm making an educational guess. Just an educated guess is all I could do with that one. JB, what you got?
Pat says A.
I'm going
Pat
with
say A.
I'm going with Thurgood Marshall.
That is not one of your choices.
He's not
bro.
even on the list.
No.
Right. So
He
that means
should be.
So that's a no. Pick somebody
I
on
have
the
no
list.
clue.
that's his answer.
That's his answer.
Patricia
I don't
said
know.
A. I said B.
You say Alexander. Uncle Bobby said Alexander. Who's that? Oh, so it's D. Uncle
Yeah.
Bobby says D. Okay.
I have no clue at all. I don't even know where to start on this one.
Not even one. Just throw one.
I'm gonna
in
just
the air.
guess. Okay, I'll take a guess. How about John Mercer Langston?
Okay, so that would
There
be
we
A.
go.
I was
I'm gonna
thinking.
go
I was
with A.
looking at that.
JB. Okay, what you got, Charles?
This was not in my
I
history
already said my
books.
answer. I made an educated guess. When
Oh,
you take
oh,
the
yeah, that's
ACT
right, you see.
test, when you don't know, you just bubble in C and
Okay,
you
so when
walk
our
out.
special guest, after we introduce them, we'll ask our special guest.
We do want to take a break, or we want to roll right into it? What we gonna do,
It's up
Mr.
to you.
Producer?
It's up to you. What break? Right to it.
Right to it. Okay, we're gonna roll right into it. Okay, hey, let me tell y'all something, man. People been blowing our phones up back to back to back, and you know what we do over here at KBOB 89.9 FM and news you can use with Charles and Damali.
Yep.
Is we try to make sure this show is informative.
Yes.
We give you the information, and we ask people to be able to come in, and you get to hear it from themselves. And we always appreciate the people in the community responding to our calls, and they come in and they spend a little bit of time because they can send their representative. But lately, they come in themselves, and
That's
we really,
right.
really appreciate that. So we have a special guest live in studio. Let me tell you something. The secret listeners are in here. We
Hey,
got
secret listeners.
over 5,000 people just on our live. So we probably
Okay.
dealing with about 10,000 people,
Okay.
local, national, and international. We want to tell y'all thank you so much. We don't take it for granted that y'all tune in with us to be
Yes.
informed. But with that being said, State Representative Monroe Nichols is live in studio. How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm glad to be in again.
Yes. So like
You
we just saw
back,
you like
yeah.
last month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man.
So you
I
just
see how
stopping
many-
by.
I see how many eyes on the show.
Yeah.
I'm
So
like,
it was
let
funny
me get in
because
there.
you were saying we wasn't inviting you. Now you here twice.
Well,
Back to
it
back.
took y'all some time. You know,
You be coming
We
around the
getting it right.
mountain.
We trying to get
you
it
know,
right.
I think y'all trying to catch one of them viral moments or something like that. So I come out, be careful.
He was
I'm
going
trying to be
Right.
careful.
when he was going back to his company, left the show last time. He talking about Charles and Damali be coming around the mountain when they come. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
you don't sing a song on the stool like that.
Yeah,
Come on,
man.
man, don't do us like that.
And I
Right.
was like, man, what do I got to do?
Right.
But
I
anyway,
have to run for mayor. Get on the
anyway,
show.
and you know, I
Right.
saw you at the spread and hope back to school bash.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
You know, I was afraid this year because when they hit me up, you know, they do the run in September. I was like, hold on,
Yeah.
is this the time to run? You know, I ain't trying to run.
I ain't ready. I ain't conditioned, right?
I told Velvet, this ain't the mile, is it?
I've been prepared
Out
for that.
outside.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
Right. Okay, we appreciate y'all tuning in. For
Yes.
people, for whatever reason, Representative Monroe Nichols, if they just don't know about you, just give them a snippet of just about who you are, where you're from, and that kind of thing.
yeah, man. So I've been here in Tulsa 22 years. I grew up in Central Texas, became to play football at TU. Then after that, started my career, started in the mayor's office, and all the way through to co-found Impact Tulsa, and been in the legislature for the last 8 years, and running for mayor now. This has been a labor of love for me as an adult. You know, I became an adult here, raising my son here, and really
Wow.
excited about the future of this community.
Man,
That is awesome. That is
Yeah.
awesome. So you have been here 22 years.
22 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay. And so you started out here playing football,
Yep.
TU,
Yep.
and then you went on to work with Kathy Taylor,
That's right.
former Mayor
That's
Kathy
right.
Taylor,
That's
right?
Yeah,
How was
yeah,
that
yeah.
experience?
Yeah.
It was crazy, man. There's so much stuff happened in those days. I
Yeah.
mean,
Right.
like you think of what downtown looks like today. If you were
Right.
to rewind that back to 2006 when I got out of college, when she had just taken office, a lot different.
Yeah.
Right.
Even the city overall, a lot different.
Right.
And so it was an exciting time. You got to see Tulsa grow. And then you got to do it right after kind of being a student athlete and, TU kind of come back from a football. People taking a lot of pride in the city.
Yeah.
We
Right.
go and do that. And then people taking new pride because we're starting to, you can go downtown and not everything is closed at 5 o'clock.
Right.
And but the thing is, you got to continue to capitalize on that kind of stuff, right? So it was a great experience then because you got to see the city grow so much. But we got a lot of growing to do, man.
A lot of growing to do. So, question for you: what made you decide? Because most people, there's kind of a progression. It's like you run for mayor first, and then you go to the state level.
Yeah.
But you kind of did that in the reverse. Why?
Yeah,
why is that?
it's more so about you go where you feel like you are capable of really helping people.
Sure.
And at the time in 2016, my son who's now 16, he was in elementary school, and this is when the state was running out of money. We were thinking about 4-day school weeks. And I'm like, hey, I need to go get involved there.
Right.
And so it was really about that. And then now I think about Tulsa, and I think about everything from where we are from a homelessness standpoint to student outcomes to the lack of economic equity in this community and in public safety. I'm like, the mayor's office is where you work on those issues. And that's where, so what's always driven me is not necessarily like trying to stair step to the next thing.
Sure.
Right.
The question is, where's the work that needs to be done? And are you capable of doing it? Like you also don't want to be running for something you ain't got no business running for.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That part.
Yeah.
So another question. I was looking at there's 6 candidates that are actually running for mayor.
Yeah.
And in looking at the 6 candidates, I noticed that you're the only one that has political science as your major.
Yeah. Only one with a master's in public administration too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Which makes a big difference when we're talking about this particular office.
That's right.
Because you're gonna be the CEO of our city.
That's right.
And so
Man.
you need somebody with that experience. So what do you say when you look at that? When all of your other candidates are, they're just regular business owners. How is that going to make you or give you a better leverage?
Man, I think people don't understand that, while we have all these things we talk about at the debate and everything like that, at the end of the day, you're running an organization that got 3,500 employees in it.
Right.
And it's really a no-fail mission. It should be, because we have to protect streets. We got to pick up trash. We got to pave the street. We got to do all these things every day. And that organization has to run well. Yeah. And so I always tell people, like, you got to think about it, man. We're going to elect somebody for president. That's super important, incredibly important. We're going to be picking who's going to, have the majority at the Capitol. That's really important. But when you think about who's going to be every single day doing things that's going to impact your life, it is a mayor. So preparation is critically important. And during this campaign, there's been some conversation about, I've known this person longer, or whatever the case may be. It's important to have long-term relationships, but this is about who can do that job well. Right. It's about who can do that job well. And I think I feel like over the last 13 months, I've demonstrated that I can do the job well. So much so that everywhere from the Black Wall Street Times to the Tulsa World,
right,
I've been Taylor to Governor Henry, Governor Walters, to a lot of my legislative colleagues, the American Federation for Teachers. These are all folks who've endorsed the campaign,
right?
And it hadn't been because they've known me the longest. Most of them have known actually somebody else a lot longer, right? But this has been a conversation about who's best to do the job.
Yeah, let me ask you this, because at the end of the day, it rolls down to your platform.
Yeah,
Tulsa's gonna be better because of this. This is my platform. Yeah. So for all the people that's listening from Tulsa, and they got to try to make that decision next week, at least give them your top 3 things that's on your platform and say, Tulsa, when I look at this, these are the main 3 things on my platform.
Yeah, as I've thought about this race, I always think we got a lot of potential in this community, but you're not going to get there unless you are addressing these challenges. And when I say address them, that you make sure you're knocking some of them off the list. Right. And so on the website, we have a plan to end homelessness by 2030, and we're very clear about how we're going to go about doing that. A plan to improve student outcomes. I don't think you can build an excellent city unless we were talking about the back to school thing the other day.
Right.
You have to invest yourself in making things better for young people.
Yeah. Right.
Because honestly, who wants to live in a community where you don't? How are you going to recruit businesses if you don't? How are you going to have a long-term workforce if you don't? How are you going to be able to spread economic opportunity if you don't? And I think the third thing that I would lift up is just this commitment to making this the safest big city in the country. So as we go about our streets, and no matter what neighborhood you live in, that you have the comfort in knowing that we are a safe city. And that's not just what you do in law enforcement. It means that we are all coming together as Tulsans and figuring out how do we make sure we keep these communities safe.
Did you just say the safest big city?
Safest big city.
I love that.
So one of the reasons though, with all the things I've talked about in the campaign, it's because you can measure them. There is a safest big cities list. And so when I say make us a safest big city list, we're going to know, did Monroe get us there or not?
Okay.
And so we talk about ending homelessness. We can see, we can measure it. We talk about improving student outcomes. We can measure it. talking about being the safest big city in the country, we can measure that, right?
Mhm.
And so that's the other big part about this campaign is accountability, holding myself accountable for these things, not just going around saying, oh, vote for me because I'm nice and you like me.
Right.
I mean, I
Yeah.
am nice.
And you like 'em.
people like me, yeah.
But in addition to that, in
Yeah.
addition to that, it's about these things that we can look back in a year, in 2 years, and 3 years over the course of a term and say, this is the progress we made in this community we did together.
Let me ask you this. So on that's the political side. This
Yeah.
is why you vote for me on the political side.
Yeah.
Now, why do people that's going to run into you in the streets and run into you in the restaurant, and run into you and your son out running, then what is the personal reason why they should vote for you?
I'm the same dude, no matter where you see me. Same dude. I don't change.
I like that.
I don't change. And it's not like I don't change, so y'all take me as I am. It's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right.
It's saying that you know that the dude who you meet on the street is the same dude who's going to sit in the mayor's office, the same dude who sat at the Capitol. It's the same dude on that debate stage. It's the same dude that takes his kid to school and all that. I'm the same dude all the time.
Mhm.
And so when I tell you I'm going to do something, tell you I'm committed to something, it ain't empty. I mean, like
Right.
this community for me is where I became an adult, a father, a man, and I care about it.
Mm.
And so that runs through every day of the week. And so like I wake up every day thinking about it.
Ooh, the music came on, so I know what that means.
Yeah.
So before we let you go, how do the people follow you? If they want to get additional information, if you want to motivate them to get out the vote, you gonna give them a ride? I seen another car outside.
I do whatever I gotta do. MonroeForMayor.com. Early voting starts tomorrow. Early voting is Friday. Early voting is Saturday. Election day is next Tuesday, August 27th. Go to MonroeForMayor.com. Reach out to us, whatever it takes. We're ready to go win.
Let's do this,
All right.
Damali, because 2,000 people ask us this. What do you say on reparations as you go? Because they keep asking us back to back to back.
Look, I think
What's
we
your
have to
thought?
have a lot of accountability around it. We have the Beyond the Apology Commission coming up as
Yes.
mayor. Those recommendations are things I'm going to look at, and we'll deliver.
Yes.
Just like that.
Okay.
Hey, State Representative Monroe Nichols, he came in. The
Thank
news you
you
can
so
use right
much.
here in Charles and Damali, right here on KBOB 89.9 FM. So after the race is over next year, people gonna need to cruise a little bit. People need to take a little break. So we got
Yes.
another special guest. She locked in with us. She'll be right back, but y'all got to stay on
Yes.
to figure out who she is. This is World One Development News. You can use Charles and Damali, KBOB 89.9 FM. We'll be right back with our other special guest. Y'all stay locked in.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
The Juice Radio Show and KBOB 89.9 would like to say thank you to all of our listeners and sponsors who donate to help keep our media program alive, reaching the community. The Juice Radio Network continues to expand as influencers in the community of North Tulsa and beyond, but can't do that without your help. That's why it's important that we as a community continue to support the Juice Radio Show and keep 89.9 on the air. The community not only deserves this service, but needs this service. Let's continue to support the mission and giving a voice to the voiceless and donate to the Juice Radio Show. The Juice Radio Show is a nonprofit 501c3 powered by KBOB 89.9 and Eden Media Services, operating solely off the gifts, donations, and contributions made by listeners like yourself. All donations made to the Juice Radio Show are tax deductible and can be sent to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D, Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106.
It's Tulsa, Tulsa. I see you here in Tulsa. I'm in Tulsa chilling.
We appreciate your continued support and thanks for listening to KBOB 89.9 FM.
KBOB 89.9 FM, World One Development News you can use, Charles and Damali, and we are back.
We are back and we're very excited. And, we hope that you guys understand and realize that early voting does start tomorrow.
Yes, it does.
You can go to 555 North Denver. That is the Tulsa County Voter Election Board. And you can make your cast your ballots right there. It's going to be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday that you can do early voting. Tuesday is the actual voting at the polls. So, make sure that you get out and take somebody with you.
Take somebody with you.
Because we want to make sure this is very important. As I said, the mayor is a CEO of our city.
Hey.
And so we want to make sure that we're getting somebody in that office that's going to do what our community needs for them to do. So, you guys go do your research. That is why we're bringing these individuals on the show, so that you guys can hear from them, and then you can go and check out their platforms. Okay?
Just like that. That's why we appreciate State Representative Monroe Nichols for coming through.
Yeah.
So you didn't get it from us.
Yeah.
You got it directly from him. So we appreciate him coming in, spending a little time with us. We appreciate KBOB for giving us this platform where we can tell our stories our way. Quick shout out to your mom, my mom.
Hey, mommy, how are you?
She's on. Welcome to the show, Miss Ernestine Broom, that we love so
Miss
much.
Broom.
She royalty. Y'all just don't know.
Yes.
Miss Broom is everything to us right here on News You Can Use. Also, tuning in to the show, Mr. Kool-Aid.
Hey, Kool-Aid.
Everybody need a cousin called Kool-Aid.
Okay.
Because if you get into altercation or something happen,
Yeah.
when you tell somebody I'm finna call Kool-Aid, they're gonna be like, oh, wait a minute.
Like,
No, not
hold
Kool-Aid.
on, hold on.
Yeah, because when Kool-Aid back in the day used to jump through the wall and all that, you don't know what might happen. Ernest Lynch, welcome to the show. That's
Hey,
my partner,
Ernest.
Angie Dixon.
Hey,
Walker.
sister.
Welcome to the show. She said, great job. Howard Jones checking in
Hey,
here.
Howard, how
Welcome
are you?
to the show. We finna have to get back to it. I'm gonna come back to the live. I promise y'all. Y'all
Yeah.
just hang in there with me. But we got
There you
another special guest that's live in studio that we are so excited to have in.
I am so excited because I have known this young lady since we were kids.
Wow.
We graduated high school together, and have just known each other forever. And I can tell you this. So one time, let me just tell you who she is. First of all, this is Miss Alicia Hill, and she actually has been singing on cruise ships. Probably ever since we graduated high school. So she'll tell you about that. But let me tell you this funny story. So one day I was on a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean. Call myself gonna go to the club. I'm gonna drop it like it's hot, right? And I'm out there dancing, and somebody says Damali Hassanadine. Well, first of all, if you know Hassanadine,
Then
okay,
they
then
know.
you know me.
Not like somebody saying your middle name.
Exactly. And I'm like, in the middle of my drop, I was like, who in the world is this?
No, it wasn't drop. You didn't just say drop. You said dropping it like it was hot.
Yeah.
So when somebody says your name, it go at least from hot to lukewarm.
Lukewarm.
But it ain't gonna be
real
as
quick.
when somebody said my name. So maybe I could tell my mama that.
And it was her. And so we had a really good time. We laughed about that. And then,
Right.
of course, we continued to party in the club. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. We ain't going to talk about that. But anyway, so we have Miss Alicia Hill. How are you doing, sis?
Great.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Yes.
Thank you.
So we ran into each other at White River.
White River.
And, we talked, and decided, we wanted you to come on the show just to talk about, there's a lot of misconceptions about cruising, and especially in the Black community. We think all kind of, listen, my mama's on, and my mama will tell you, I ain't thinking about going on no cruise because I can't drink all that water. So
Let's do this. Let's do this right quick because people don't know the story. You
Yeah.
told a little bit. You dropped it like a hot, but we got to go. She kept your secret because I tried to get some more information. She didn't give me none of it.
hey,
But at least just tell the people because there's a lot of people tuning in, local, national, and international
Okay.
from all over. So just tell them a little bit about who you are, what you do, anything else. Where you went to school, high school, anything. Tell them a little
Well,
something.
like Damali said, we went to Booker T. We
Booker T. the Hornets.
Yes.
Okay,
see
okay.
up in here.
I started to say, hell yeah.
Oh.
But I have been on cruise ships for quite a while, probably since 2004.
Mhm.
And a
That's
lot of
20
people
years.
don't know that. I think when I saw you, I was actually in the production cast.
You were.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's how I started. I started in the production cast. If you've never been on the ship, if you've ever seen a Broadway show, they have the production cast and they do like Broadway type shows. My hands
Right.
are just big.
I know.
They do Broadway type shows on the cruise ships. And that's where I started. And I
Yeah.
did that for several years. And then I kind of left. I got married and yeah, that was a mess. And
You
did
left
some other
production or
things.
you left the ship?
I left the ship.
Oh, okay. When you leave the ship, it's serious. Right.
Right.
I did. I left the
Y'all, for a little bit.
I left the ship for a minute and then
Okay.
I came back and began doing guest entertainment with a fellow shipmate and my sister and some other people. And we
Okay.
started doing guest entertainment on the ships. And that was pretty cool because that didn't require us to be out for 6 to 9 months at a time. When I was doing production cast, when you usually work on a ship, you're doing 6 to 9 months
Wow.
on the ship.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
you get off. You can get off every day. As in the cash, you could get off
Right.
and have free time, but you didn't get to come home.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
doing guest entertainment, now I was gone for like a week and then I was home. And then I could
Oh,
go
that
for a
was
week
better.
and then I was
Mhm.
home.
Yeah.
And I really like that. And that's what I've been doing. I now do it by myself as a one-woman show, but Yeah.
That is awesome. So I didn't even know, for some of you that might want to be getting into the industry of being on the ship, now you got to understand it could be 6 to 9 months before you come home. And that's something you got to think about, especially if you're young. You know,
but if you're young, that's usually the time to do it.
Do it then.
Because then you're traveling. I have gotten to see parts of the world that I never dreamed I'd get to see. And so that's been really cool.
Yes. So what made you decide that was something that you want to do? Like, how did you decide I'm going to get on a cruise ship and sing?
Girl, I didn't even know a cruise ship singing existed. This was straight God.
Wow.
Yes. I was living in Vegas at the time and performing in their lounges and things there. And a friend of mine said, hey, I got this cruise ship gig that I'm doing and I don't want to do it. Do you want to go? And I'm like,
what?
Cruise ship gig? What are you talking about?
What is that?
And you have to audition, you have to do all things. When I tell you it was God just opening up doors, that's exactly what happened.
Oh, wow.
And I sent the gentleman who was doing the casting a CD, and he liked it and offered me a gig on the cruise ship as their girl one, which is their feature vocalist.
Okay, come on through.
Yeah, so it seemed like the gift was the singing. So what did that start? When did you start singing?
Oh, golly, since I was a little girl. I
Yeah.
started in church, like
Everybody, yeah.
Except my church wasn't necessarily like what you would think. I went to a predominantly white church, so we learned all the Our Father. We learned all the
the
straight hymns.
Yeah.
I didn't learn like how to riff and run until I got to Booker T.
For real?
And even then, I couldn't do it well. I used to watch Adaria Tarver and be like, "How do you do that?"
Yes.
For real?
Yes. So I'm a little better at it now, but
Yeah.
back then, no, it was straight singing, just straight.
Yeah.
That probably gave you good range when you hit the cruise ship. Because when you're on the cruise ship, you're dealing with everybody.
And that's true. A lot of people ask me, what do you do on your, for your show? And it's really hard because a lot of times they think, well, you must do, Aretha Franklin all the time or something. And that's really not my voice. I can pull that off. I'm a sprinter when it comes to that.
Right.
I got you.
I can do that. And then I need to jump back over here to something else. I know. But I do a pretty wide range because you're right. A lot of people come on ships and it's everybody. And you got to be able to entertain everybody. So I do a wide range of stuff.
So let's talk about, there has been a lot of in our community, we don't do a lot of traveling on cruise ships. As a matter of fact, I pulled out the demographics.
Oh, not the demographics.
I always this is informative show. We gotta give you the numbers. So what these particular statistics, they talk about the demographics of the travelers on a cruise ship.
Okay.
65.9% are white, 12.9% are Hispanic,
okay,
9.6% are Asian, and 7% are Black.
Yeah.
We not cruising?
Not as much as other people. I hate to say that. Now, if you go on the 3-day cruise out of Galveston or someplace like that, or Louisiana, you're going to see us because it's the 3-day booze cruise. That's what they call that. That means you're getting on there and it starts immediately.
Right, yeah.
We partying on the way up. We dancing coming up to the ship.
But going to like someplace like Alaska, I don't see as much as of us.
Yeah. Oh. Is it because of the cost, do you think, or is it because of being on the ship too long? Or?
I think it's you're on the ship too long. And then I always hear, I don't like all that water. I don't know how to swim. I don't know. And I'm like, you're not in the water. You on a big old ship. Once you get on here, you will never know, you won't even really realize that you're on the water unless you just look out the window. A lot of these ships are so big now. They're like huge. They're like little cities.
That's what I would say all the time.
You just don't see it. And for those people who are so afraid, you are really missing out.
Man.
Cruising is such a good way to travel and see a variety of things all at once, all in one trip, and have a good time. And ship sleep is the best sleep in the world.
It's like rocking.
They rock. Yeah, you being rocked.
Yes. So let me tell you, the first time that I went on a cruise, my boss, I was working at a law firm, and my boss gave me a cruise as a bonus. Oh no, it wasn't nice. I was mad.
Oh no,
I was too mad. But so me and another female attorney, that's what he gave us because we were single moms.
Okay.
And he was like, I know if I give you money, you're going to spend it on your kids.
That's probably
so
facts.
he said, and that's facts. Yes. And so he said, so I'm going to give you a cruise. Oh, both of us was hot, just hot, man. So we went on ahead, went on the cruise, got on there and had the best time ever
Mhm.
because
Wow.
we had no idea what it was like. I mean, we were at the casino, we doing YMCA
There is a casino,
in the, in the little cafeteria place. I mean, we just had a blast. And then hopping off the ship, shopping and going on excursions and hopping back on the ship. It was amazing. So after then, I ended up doing 4 more cruises.
Oh, wow.
I've been on
once you got
5
a little
cruises
taste, it
total.
was over.
Yeah, I loved it.
And that's what happens to people. You either really, really like it or you don't.
Yeah.
If you stay too long the first time, you're not going to want to go back. So I recommend people do like a 5-day.
That's what we did, a 5-day.
And 5 first.
Can I add one question?
Mhm.
How popular has the line dancing become on cruises? Now, do you see that a lot?
The line dancing.
Like line dance songs, Cupid Shuffle, Cha Cha Slide.
Well, yeah, like when they do
That's become popular
the white
lately.
night, yes, and they will, yes,
Mhm.
they will do it.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah.
You'll
make it
see
up.
everybody out there doing it, even those who cannot really do it.
Right.
do what
You're
they
like,
can do.
yeah.
I'm going to the live real quick. If y'all have any questions, let me know. Chantel Lanos Taylor said, "Let's do it. I love cruising. Put it on the books."
That's
Come on,
right.
sis. Let's come
Just
on.
like
We're
that.
gonna put us a
Need to
cruise.
go.
And I
Yeah.
want to get a quick shout out to John Hobbs. That's Councilman Hobbs.
Hey,
Tuning
Councilman
in from
Hobbs, how are you?
Toledo, Ohio.
Yes.
Ohio is in the building. Thanks for tuning in. So let's do this because I know we just got a few more minutes.
Oh no.
You already answered one.
Okay.
You only, if you're going to do a cruise for the first time, do a 5-day.
That's
at
my
least.
suggestion.
Not 3-day, 5-day.
Not 3 day because that's way too wild for the first time.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
That's too
It
much.
is. It's when
Yeah.
I tell you it's party central. It is.
Yeah.
First time, if it's your first time, which is I've never been on a cruise, been talking about it.
Well, I'd probably tell you to do the 3 day.
I
Right.
might do 3-day.
I'm just playing. Do the 5
Do
day.
5-day.
Yeah, 5 days.
That's fine. Put
Yeah.
some- Now let me. So now I know it's levels to cruising.
It is.
So you talk about the 3-day.
It
Now
is.
let us know a little bit about, man, this thing can level up to this. Like at top level cruises, this is what's going
Oh
on.
my gosh. When you're talking about the top levels, you're talking about Regent, you're talking about Viking, you're talking about Azamar, you're talking about these
Those
are
are
all
cruise
cruise
ships.
lines.
Yeah.
There are levels to the cruise lines.
Mhm.
Name them one more time. I started finding it sounding like war, like warship.
Well, these are-
Vikings
yeah,
and
these-
like,
these
oh,
are the
You got
places-
scared.
yeah. I'm like, where we going? No, I'm just
Oh,
playing.
see, I mean, these are the lines that are top. They're top,
Yeah.
Top
tier.
tier.
You're going to spend some money to get on those lines. If you're new to cruising, I'm going to tell you to do Carnival. I'm going to tell you to do Royal Caribbean. I'll tell you to do Princess.
Virgin.
Now, Virgin, I haven't been and I so want to go. Virgin is all adult. There are no children. So
hey, y'all hear that? Sis?
I am
Write that down.
excited about that.
Virgin. Let's hit it.
Write that
It's
down.
all adult. There are no
Grown folk.
kids. Yes, because those, them kids. So there's that. But yeah, there are levels to it. There are always deals. If you go to cruisedeals.com, all the lines usually have good deals. And I'm always pumping Alaska for us.
Yes.
Black people think, oh, well, we don't want to go to Alaska.
It's
We're not gonna
cold.
but it's not always cold. There's a part in the cruise where you're going to be cold, but that's when you're seeing the glacier for all
Yeah.
of it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And you need to go see it because I have been seeing it since 2004 and it does not look the same. It is
wow.
actually like
Melting.
shrinking.
Yeah.
So go to Alaska, go take a cruise. Don't mess around. It's really fun. I've been on there since 2004. I haven't drowned yet.
Right.
So it's time to go.
We need to do us a KBOB 89.9 FM.
Ooh,
Man, you can
yes.
use cruise.
Man, that
Well,
would
I
be
mean,
so
really
fun.
good.
If we start doing that,
so
everybody be joining on the
So
fun.
Ernest Lynch said he just got back from the Caribbean and he was there for 7 days. He said, Charles, take 5 to 7 days. You'll love it.
Yep.
5 to 7.
There you go.
Hey,
Yeah.
And
that's my brother
Caribbean
right
is the
there.
nice-
Welcome
nice
to the
too.
show, cousin Blackberry. And so
Hey, black.
we don't really want to let you go because this is like a reunion
Oh, I would
every
love
time.
to come back.
Yeah.
You didn't
So
get
you gotta
half the
come
story.
back.
Yeah.
So if we want to get on a cruise and be able to hear you singing,
Where are you at?
where you
next?
at?
Oh, my next cruise is actually Carnival Spirit, and it comes up September the 10th, actually.
September
and coming
10th.
up here towards the end of the year, I'll have several cruises planned. So I'll post them on my site. You can always find me on Instagram. I am Alicia Hill.
I
And
am
I'll post
Alicia
a
Hill,
little
y'all.
post and let y'all know where I'm going to be.
Yes,
All
that'll
right.
be amazing.
It
Wouldn't
will.
that be cool? Because then I can roll up on
Come
you and be like,
Listen,
Alicia.
Alicia, she's like, oh, you were supposed to give us the smallest snippet of singing.
Oh, really?
10 seconds, whatever
here we
you
go.
want.
Oh, he's leaving the midnight train to Georgia. He's going back to find a simpler place in time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be with him
Cut. Y'all got to get on the cruise. Y'all got to get on the cruise now. Cut. September 10th. Where we going?
Right.
That was beautiful. Damali, you didn't say y'all the Booker T Hornets do it like that.
Hey, you better know it. You better know it.
I'm finna pull
Yes, with excellence always.
Thank you
Thank y'all for having me.
for coming in. It's been great. It's been
Yes.
fun. All right, y'all. We got another special guest live in studio. She's been doing something for 50 years, and y'all got to hear about it. It's our special guest. We're going to take a real quick break. This is KBOB 89.9 FM. World One Development. News you can use. Charles and Damali coming up next with our special guest, Miss Wanda J.
Yes. EduRec is a youth and family fun center located at 5424 North Madison Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At EduRec, we offer a host of activities for children and families of the Tulsa community at little to no cost. To find out about the many programs, activities, and services offered at EduRec, please visit our website, www.edurectulsa.com, or just give us a call at 918-430-3947.
Fitting Back In is a reintegration program designed to help those released from prison to fit back into the community as productive, valuable members of society. They help schedule various classes such as anger management, substance abuse, and mental health. They also work with different programs in the community to provide job training. If you or someone you know needs help with resources in career development, employment, or housing, to find out more information, call 918-592-3500 or stop by 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
This is KBOB 89.9 FM, World One Development News you can use. Charles and Damali, and we are back.
We are back, and we have a special request before we go to our next special guest. They want to know if we could read the Black History question when we get a chance because they missed it.
We go ahead and read it real quick, and we'll switch right on up.
Who was the first African-American school board member and judge? Was it A, John Mercer Langston? Was it B, Wentworth Cheswell? Was it C, Edward Garrison Walker? Or was it D, Alexander Lucius Twilight? All right.
And I still don't know.
And we've already put our answers. So if you heard it, Mr. Energize, I see you on. Ernest Lynch, my cousin Black is on here.
Yes.
Chantel is still on here. Councilman Hobbs is still on here. Kool-Aid, hey, y'all give us y'all answer on the live so we can put it down.
Go with
Absolutely.
A. Go with A. Go with my guess. A.
Damali, I am so excited about our special guest. I'm so happy we got 5,000-6,000 people listening in, local, national, and international, because y'all are in for an absolute treat.
Yes. So we are blessed to have this young lady in the studio with us. I have known her since before my children weren't even born. So, and my oldest daughter is 36 at this present time. And she was serving back then, and she's still serving right now. So we want to welcome to the studio a Tulsa legend, Miss Wanda J. If you don't know about Miss Wanda J, and that food, listen, the peach cobbler, baby, y'all better ask somebody about this peach cobbler.
Miss Wanda J, how you doing today?
I am doing great. I'm enjoying everybody and enjoying what I'm hearing.
Yes,
Really excited.
Yes.
Yeah, and Damali, she know how to come in. She got the shirt on. It said Wanda J's 50th. You see that? Anniversary.
50th anniversary. I love it. So, Miss Wanda J, you have been serving the Tulsa community. First of all, what made you decide that food was the place that you wanted to put
Let's do this if you can, if you don't mind.
Sure.
If so many people listening in, I just want you to just tell the people a little bit about yourself. Like where you went to school, just a little bit about you.
Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. I am Wanda J. And I picked J because there were so many Wandas in my class. So to distinguish between who all was available, I was Wanda J.
Okay.
So-
I got you.
That's easy.
and I came to Tulsa from Missouri.
Oh, okay.
I was
Missouri.
2 years old. So
Okay.
I'm not really in
Wow.
Oklahoma, but I am glad to be here. And I did attend school in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I'm a 66 graduate of Booker T. Washington High
Booker
School.
T, 66.
I'm
Come
a
on now.
Hornet.
A Hornet.
Yes.
A Hornet's what's a
Hornets
Hornet
fan.
show today.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm real excited and just I actually started making mud pies.
Oh,
And a lot of
okay.
people don't know what mud pies are, but they were made with mud and water.
Mhm.
Wow.
And so I always wanted to cook. And so that's where I started, just cooking mud pies.
You
And
started with the mud pies.
then my mom would catch the bus to go downtown, and I would go in there and get in the sugar and the flour and go in an empty car out in the driveway and think I was making stuff. And I
Right.
don't know why she didn't really get on me, because I know I probably had all that flour and stuff over me. But that's actually where I started, and I just always wanted to cook.
Always wanted to cook.
Always
But when you
wanted-
celebrating 50 years, a 50-year
Yeah.
anniversary, it's just a lot to that. Because you
Yeah.
know, you don't just make 50 years. It's hard to make
Yeah.
50 days.
Right.
In the
And
restaurant.
yeah.
I hear that the restaurant business is the hardest business.
It's hard.
So for you, when did you first open your restaurant?
I started in 1974 at 1307 East Apache, and it was a restaurant there, and it belonged to a lady that I had worked for. Her and her husband, I had worked for them at the nursing home.
Mm.
And they had me in the kitchen. I never did any nursery work, anything like
Right,
that, even
right.
though I knew the people there. But I had went to Arizona, and I stayed there a couple of years, and I was working at Ranch Acres Restaurant out on 31st in Harvard.
Yep.
And she sent my friend to come and get me. She wanted to talk to me. I said, oh, what she need now? Because, I always like to go back to work where I've been. And I didn't go the first time. She called the second time, and I said, well, I better go see what she wants.
Right.
And I did, and she said, well, how would you like to have your own restaurant? And I said, what? That would be nice.
Right.
Right.
And so, long story short, she loaned me $800. Her husband loaned me $800, and they took me to the bank to get $1,200, and that's what it took.
Oh,
Man,
wow.
look at that.
What a blessing.
Somebody
I've
sold
been
a seed.
going.
And back during that time, 800 is a lot more money than what that is right
Oh,
now.
yeah, for
So
sure.
that whoever those people were they really believed in your gift,
Yes,
your talent, and in you.
Yes,
to invest.
she did. They really did. And so I haven't looked back. And I, in fact, when I graduated from school, I actually had 2 kids. And I said, well, I got to take care of them. I got married, but then that didn't last long. So here I am by myself, 2
Right.
kids, and I got to make a living for them. And I went to work downtown one morning, and I was a little bit late. And the man said, well, we don't need you today. And I said,
Wow.
oh, gosh, I can't handle that.
Mhm.
Right.
And so, I always wanted, I got to do my own thing. I got to do this. I got to
Right.
take care of my kids. And so that's what I've been doing for 50 years.
50
know,
years, Damali.
I will say that, I watched Miss Wanda J during some of that time because we went to church together.
Yes, we did.
Right.
Back in the day when I was, 18, 19, 20 years old, we were in church together. And I just always remembered thinking, this is what entrepreneurship looks like at its finest.
Wow.
She had her good days and her bad days.
yeah.
Back during those days, we would do testimony service.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of y'all don't know about testimony service.
Man.
And Miss Wanda J would get up and she would, talk about some of the things that were happening in the business and ask the church to pray for her. And, but she always was there. She was always making sure that she made payroll. That's the one thing I remembered about
Payroll.
Miss
And
Wanda J.
I've never missed a payroll. I'm knocking on
You
wood.
never missed a payroll in
Out of
50
the
years.
whole
Shout out.
50 years.
Yes.
Yeah, listen.
Never.
Yeah, AJ Johnson from Jacksonville, Arkansas. He said, "Hi, Miss Wanda J. I love your peach cobbler."
All right.
So
how you
Arkansas is in the
doing?
building. So he loved your peach cobbler. So let's do this, Miss Wanda J. It's 50 years, and I want to make sure because I know we got like 10 more minutes, but you got something huge coming up, and we want to make sure you get a
Yes.
chance to tell the community what you got coming up, why you doing it, and why you would appreciate them all showing up.
Okay, at first my kids were gonna do it, and it was supposed to be a surprise, but they couldn't hold it.
Oh my God, I know how that go. I understand.
And so then I said, okay, we'll do it. And everybody, that I was meeting with, they wanted me to charge people to come, you can make this much money, you could do this. But in my mind, I just couldn't.
Mhm.
I said, no, I don't want to charge anybody. I just want
Wow.
to see people. I want to see the people that I gave their first job to, that I gave them encouragement to go to work somewhere else, or people that needed a job, or
Right.
and just regular customers. Because when I first started, mostly all of my customers were men.
Mhm.
Oh,
And I
okay.
saw one that was 91 today. And
Oh,
he came and
wow.
he was a teach cobbler.
Well, that is amazing.
He was a school teacher, but I had so many people from the community, that had kept me in business in North Tulsa.
In North Tulsa.
And I've been to Broken Arrow, but I've mainly stayed in North Tulsa.
Yeah.
But I just enjoyed, just working with people, them working with me, them keeping me in business. And I go home, and it was times when I didn't even have gas at home, but nobody ever knew it.
Right.
But I had gas at work,
Yes,
Right.
yes.
So I
That's
kept
that
work
testimony.
going, and so it's been so many things that I could just talk about, and I'm trying to write a book. But every time I get somebody to help me, they put their spin on it, and I don't want that.
It's
I
your
just
story.
want what I want
It's
to
your
tell.
story.
Yes.
And so I got to bring all of that together, and I'm thinking that it's about time for me to do it.
Yes.
I'm kind of tired of
know.
cooking, because I
Yes.
can't really stand and push them peach cobblers and make them rolls and stuff like I used to.
Mhm.
Right.
So I'm pulling back.
Just a little. Let's do this. Let's do our top meal at Wanda J's. Me, JB, and Damali. Our top meal. Can we give you our top meal? Y'all on the live, you got your top meal. He already said peach cobbler. I know where he at.
Yeah.
We starting with JB. JB.
Top meal?
You already know I'm going with baby them pork chops. Come
The
on,
pork
now,
chops?
stop playing. It is not a game.
It's the
You
pork
get
chop. What's your
two of
sides
them.
then?
Oh man, the greens and the yams,
The greens and the yams
and
and the
a
pork
cup,
chops.
and about 3 cups of that num num juice.
And you in there.
I'm good for the rest of the day.
All
Damali, what's your
right.
top meal?
My top is the sirloin. I
Uh-oh.
love the sirloin. I love the cabbage. Love the yams. And peach cobbler, of course.
That gotta go.
Gotta go.
I'll go. Okay, see, I gotta give 2 versions.
You gotta
So
give two
I got to
versions.
when I'm off my diet and I'm free to run free and just undo my belt and eat till I get tired.
Mhm.
I'm going with the fried chicken.
Chicken wings.
Man,
are
that
the
chicken
bomb.
is good for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. I don't know what kind of season is on
3,
that
4, 5,
chicken,
6, 7, 8.
but that chicken is so good. So when I can just eat anything, I'm going with the chicken,
Yeah.
yams, cabbage,
I
peach
agree.
cobbler
Wow.
Yes.
with the vanilla ice cream with the caramel on it. That's what I'm going with the sweet,
Right.
with the legendary sweet tea. I'm giving y'all the whole. That's what I'm saying when I'm off. When I
Okay,
when I
when
can
you
do
fall
it.
off and slide down the hill. Okay, I
But
got
then
you.
when I
But
can't-
you own,
When I can't do that, then I go with the baked catfish. I love the baked catfish.
that's good.
I get
Charles, you
yams, I get
said
cabbage
one.
on that.
No, he said 2.
I said my healthy and then
Am I not healthy?
my not healthy. So if y'all on the live, let us know what your favorite Wanda J.
And I wanted to also bring up, before we let Miss Wanda J get out of here, that Miss Wanda J is getting a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Women of Color Expo for
Wow.
everything
I'm
that she's been
excited.
doing.
I'm excited.
Yes. What do you think about that?
I'm so humble.
Right.
Yes.
I'm just really excited about it, and I said, "Oh, these people! Somebody thought enough of me to even acknowledge what I have done," and so it's really
That's
exciting.
huge.
Yes.
And we had a luncheon today, and I met some of the ladies, and I've been knowing them. I know their kids, I know their
Yes.
parents, and I'm up there saying, "Oh my God, am I that old?"
Let me
You're
ask you,
seasoned.
one
You're
thing
seasoned.
I absolutely love about what you do. This is a family restaurant too.
Yes.
So I remember for the people, if you live in North Tulsa or anywhere in Tulsa, then if you was going out by the airport, some people would say Evelyn's and some would say Wanda J's, get it all confused
Yeah.
because
Right.
the older people, now seasoned people, I ain't call nobody old, the seasoned people would all say Wanda J's.
Yes.
That's right.
Other people just be looking for Evelyn's. That would always be our thing. But then, because at one point you had Wanda J's the Next Generation,
Right.
at the same time you still had Evelyn's. But let the people know that's listening from everywhere. Evelyn's, Wanda J. How did the names of each restaurant come about?
Okay. you have to understand, by you serving so many people in the community, and whatever you have, they want you to be right there.
Right.
And so I never could. I had a restaurant on Peoria, and I had one on Greenwood. I opened the first restaurant back in Greenwood, and I couldn't be there. So they want to know why was I not there. You know, they want to come where I was, or they wasn't going to come. So I had to name them different things.
Right.
So people would still come.
Right.
And people know me as Wanda J, and they'll call, hi, Miss Evelyn, you know.
I know.
And I wouldn't say nothing, you know, but that's how I was able to have the 3 places at one time, you know, have them named something different.
Right.
And Wanda J's Next Generation was set up for my kids, my girls.
That's awesome.
To teach them how to work and make their money, and you know, and buy the stuff that they need, and they still doing it. So I'm blessed, and that's why that was like that.
That is awesome.
And Evelyn was my mom, but she never worked a day in the restaurant.
For real?
Yeah, one day.
That is
But that
amazing.
woman could cook. She was the epitome of a true housewife.
But she didn't want to do the restaurant
She
thing.
never did that.
But
my dad hung in there with me.
Your dad hung in there with you and did that.
Yeah.
And I just want to say too, for a lot of people don't know, Miss Wanda J to me is so much more than just food.
Right.
When Damali and I started working in the community, we didn't know exactly what we were going to do with EduRec and events and all that stuff. When we got to open up EduRec and people was barely coming, I went to Miss Wanda J, Evelyn's, but to see Miss Wanda J, I was like, man, I got to get people in here and that. And she was like, you know what? Maybe you need to do some food on Sundays to help advertise. And Miss Wanda J was willing to come in and bring Wanda J's to EduRec.
Right.
To help us. And as soon as I said that, the line was wrapped around the building. So I'm just saying, sometime in the community is more than just what you're doing. It's the things that you do for others. So that's just my personal thing, because from that time, EduRec, we've been open now, Miss Wanda J, for going on 12 years.
Wow.
You know, you help us get kick started, and all the stuff that I go through my little tactics, you never reinvent anything.
Oh, no.
When I got in and said, hey, we're going to do after school, I named all the stuff. She told me all the stuff she wants to do with the same building.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So sometimes the things about life is just about opportunity. So the opportunity that they wouldn't give her 20, 30 years ago wouldn't give her the building when she would have been doing the same thing.
Exactly.
God still blessed it a few years later, and we still connected on it and still impacting the community.
It's all about relationship. You know?
That's it.
And so we've been able to create this relationship. So we are so excited and so proud
Yes.
to see you be able to reach this milestone, because you know many people don't make it, and you know, just want to say congratulations on your award.
Thank you so much.
You're gonna have an amazing time. You know, I've been to the Women of Color Expo, been honored at that event, and you're gonna have it's gonna blow your mind. It's just amazing. So you know, we're excited. And I registered today. I registered and got ready because I was like, man, I am not gonna miss the seat.
So this Saturday coming up.
That's my
Go ahead and
50-year celebration.
Give the people what it is so they can write it down if they don't know.
This Saturday, August the 24th at 5:00 p.m., I will be hosting my 50-year celebration. And that's just to honor the people that, like I said, that have worked for me, that's been around me, my customers, just whoever. And come by before I get straightened out. I just want to see everybody, you know, and I didn't want to charge anybody for it. So it's no charge. And I'm hearing that the seating is limited.
Yes.
Yeah, so you got to go.
But I'm not believing that too many people will come. I'm saying nobody will probably come or whatever, but I am really excited about that.
Nobody will come.
Now, let me make sure the people on the live understand, because people waving and doing all kind of stuff. So if they register on Eventbrite, the food is no cost?
No, it's no cost for the whole event. And, you know, I'll probably get chewed out for that, but if you want to bring me a flower, I love flowers because I like to see them while I can.
Yeah,
I love that.
If you want to bring a small donation or something, we'll have a box there, and I'll probably give it to the people that are helping me. You know, just whatever you want to do, it'll be a blessing. And I'm just gonna be so happy seeing people. I have people coming from Texas and Missouri. You know, so I don't know where, and I have friends. I have chocolate friends, vanilla friends, French vanilla, Neapolitan.
They all coming out. I love it.
I don't know if they'll all make it there, but and that's how I define my friends. It's no black and no white. It's just all mixed up.
Yeah.
and they have all been
Tina's
good to
on.
me. Hi, Miss Tina.
Tina,
Yes,
what's
our
going on,
favorite
Tina?
waitress. Yes.
Yeah, welcome to the show too. Sarah Fitzgerald is on
Hey,
watching with us.
Sarah, how are you?
Pastor Edith Daniel is on.
Hey, Pastor Edith.
Oh,
We got another 5,000 or 6,000 people. So it might be, you said seats are limited. Because what's going to happen after this show, you got to go to Eventbrite.
Yes.
What's
so
the
they
rules on
might be
that?
done cut it off. I don't know, because they wouldn't even let me handle that. They don't want me to handle nothing.
That's good.
And
You
I
sit
want to
back
give a
and
shout
enjoy.
out to Angie Walker.
Yeah, she's
from
doing
Party of the
decoration.
Year. Is doing all the decorations.
Do you want us to do the red carpet? You know we'll
Yeah.
show up.
We'll come and show up
We'll
and
come
just
show
make
up.
it a
Yes.
happy event for the community.
Yes.
But we going to be there.
Yes.
All right,
JD going
all
to be
right.
there. Damali
Okay.
going to be there. I'm going to be Angie. So our crew,
Yeah.
we going to be showing
Squad.
up. So don't
So
even worry
y'all
about
might
that.
have to help.
We going to help. We showing up to help and do whatever we
See,
can.
that's
Yeah.
community.
And
Put you to work.
And Damali, our final thoughts before we take a break.
Our final thought, Miss Wanda J, I love you, love your family,
I
and you
love
know
you too.
that. And I'm just so happy for you,
All
that you
right.
were able to see this milestone,
Hey,
right?
come on.
And I'm going to be so excited to be able to celebrate with you. Hey, now tell us, what's the dress code? You know I love to dress up.
Yeah,
Well,
what's the dress
you
code?
know,
What's the colors?
I'm churchy, so I'm
Yes.
just saying be churchy.
Be
Churchy.
churchy.
What's the
Your
color?
Sunday best.
And I had navy blue,
Hey.
but people get to putting it in and they kind of mess up. But that were my colors: navy blue, white, and gold. But whatever you have to wear, just wear something.
Write that down. So navy
Navy
blue,
blue, white, and gold.
white, and
Yeah.
gold. If you want to get it all the way right,
Yeah,
you got the
all
colors
right.
now. JB, your
I
final
just-
thought?
I just went to the Eventbrite and actually registered for the event, and it is working. So you can still go register.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just gave me a ticket.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
okay. You got to
And-
go
and-
to
And listen
Yeah, I
here,
gotta go to
everybody's
tickets.
saying tickets. So I said, okay, I'm not gonna hand out tickets, but you'll be
on
on a list.
Yeah.
And I told the girl that's handling Eventbrite, I
Mhm.
said, bring me the list so we could seat those people first that registered, and
Yes.
then
I
we'll have
like
a
that.
few people, that
The show.
on my line. I went down my phone and I text everybody.
Yes. Yes.
So I just want to make sure that they have a seat, and nobody get upset, if you don't or whatever. But seating is limited.
Yes.
So go to event. Where they go, JB Smooth?
Eventbrite.com. Just simply type in Wanda J apostrophe S or Wanda JS.
And it'll pop
It's
up.
going to come right up. It's the first thing that pops up on the screen.
Wow.
Yep.
Right. Do we got a listener?
Yes, we do have a caller.
caller.
Uh-oh, did they
I
hang
think
up?
we lost the caller.
We lost the
caller.
caller?
If you're listening, please call back today. This hour is brought to you by Wanda J's 50th celebration. Y'all make sure y'all don't miss it this weekend.
Yeah.
What's your final thought before we let it
Pork
go?
chops.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we won't be having any pork chops.
Won't be no
It's
pork
okay.
chops.
I know whatever you're going to have is going to be good.
Yes.
And we won't do peach cobbler.
Ah.
I can't.
Ooh,
There's
yeah,
gonna be a
that's
lot
too
of peach
much.
cobbler.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
get
there's
some
be a
today
lot.
and take it and have it in my
Yeah.
back pocket. No, I'm just playing.
And I won't be cooking. My grandkids
They
and my
good.
kids.
But they can
They
cook.
good.
Yeah, they
They
can
good.
So is
It's all
the-
well.
Is the restaurant closed on this Saturday? Or
Well,
is it
we're
open?
closed every Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
so-
they like it.
So you're going to just be at the Greenwood. If you don't make it to the Greenwood, you're going to miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't miss it.
you got to be there. And I'll say my final thing, because I know we got to take a break. We keep you all day because you know how much we love you.
Yes.
But my final thought is when I think about over a century ago, and it was Black Wall Street, and the difference in how business was now and then,
Mhm.
then I think about you, because when you
Yeah.
come, it's like a family atmosphere when you
Yes.
come to
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the J's. And like you said, black, white, green, or yellow, it don't matter. So it make you feel like you get a little bit of heaven
Oh, yeah.
with some on your belly too.
Right.
You know, so I
Yes.
just want to thank you for, and then the motto of being consistent.
Yes.
It's the blueprint that we all can live by. So even though this is restaurant, it don't matter what you in, you can use this blueprint
Mhm.
that's been laid out for us, our
That's right.
generation, by
That's
Miss
right.
Wanda J
All right.
to go off of.
Yes.
Okay.
Now you get the final thought. What's your final before we let you go?
Well, I just have to tell you that I have, outside of being in the restaurant, I used to do a lot of stuff in the community, trying to make people happy, make, their things happen in the community. And one thing I always used to say is, don't give me equal opportunity, give me the opportunity to be equal.
Oh,
Ooh, that's a bar.
That's game, right?
that.
Man, that's a bar.
game.
And I'll tell you what, I actually got that from, and I have to say his name, Bobby Eaton.
Uncle Bobby E.
Yes.
With that,
Yes.
we're going to sign off with that. Miss Wonder Day, Damali, this has been great.
It
Great
has.
job.
Right.
Mr. JB Smooth, we're going to take a break. Let you switch the camera around. JB doing a lot, but I don't want to think that I stole your voice or your voice turned into mine. But Damali, we just want to say thank you so much. We will be there.
Thank you all for having me.
Just like that, y'all. We're going to take a break. This KBOB 89.9 FM World One Development. Use Charles and Damali. We got some more special guests live in studio, and we'll be right back, y'all.
Y'all doing it. Y'all doing it.
Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the Event Center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
The Juice Radio Show and KBOB 89.9 would like to say thank you to all of our listeners and sponsors who donate to help keep our media program alive, reaching the community. The Juice Radio Network continues to expand as influencers in the community of North Tulsa and beyond, but can't do that without your help. That's why it's important that we as a community continue to support the Juice Radio Show and keep 89.9 on the air. The community not only deserves this service, but needs this service. Let's continue to support the mission and giving a voice to the voiceless and donate to the Juice Radio Show. The Juice Radio Show is a nonprofit 501c3 powered by KBOB 89.9 and Eden Media Services, operating solely off the gifts, donations, and contributions made by listeners like yourself. All donations made to the Juice Radio Show are tax deductible and can be sent to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D, Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106.
It's Tulsa, Tulsa. I see you here in Tulsa. I'm in Tulsa chilling.
We appreciate your continued support and thanks for listening to KBOB 89.9 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The all new KBOB 89.9 FM, Black on Black Community Radio.
And now it's time for the Hump Day Hot Topics with Charles and Damali.
hey, guess what day it is? Hump day! Hump day! It's hump day! Hey, Mike!
It's the Hump Day Hot Topics on news you can use.
Hey,
Mike.
and we back just like that. Hey, man, Damali, I'm still on the hop. Happy this one today.
I know.
Man, thank y'all. We seen all the congratulations. Lynette Dixon, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Yes, thank you, Mr. James L. Johnson, our brother. Jeannie Wade, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Miss Williams, welcome to the show.
Yes.
Marlene Brown, welcome to the show. Tina, you know it's always good to see you. Pastor
Absolutely.
Edith, and everybody else. Hey, click share, because even if you missed this, you click share. We got a lot of load of good information on here, and people don't need to miss it. So right now, look at your live, hit that little arrow, hit post, and everybody else can get this good information. But now it's time for our Hump Day Hot Topic.
Absolutely. So if you guys, this year is an election year.
It is.
And it's been a lot of crazy stuff happening in the election arena, in the
Right.
area of politics. When we were in Africa, we learned that President Biden stepped down, Kamala Harris,
Yep.
Vice President, let me just put respect on that name. Vice President Kamala Harris was actually going to be running for president.
Right. That was something, too.
Yes, and
That's Madam Vice President.
Madam Vice President.
Madam.
Yes. And so, which was really exciting. And I can just tell you, by us being out of the country when that news dropped,
Man.
don't think that people around the world are not watching the United States. I mean, I'm telling you, it was on every TV in, Africa that we came
Everywhere in
contact
Africa,
with.
that's all you seen. And that's and even when you was traveling through Turkey, and other places.
Yes.
No matter what country we was in, on these different continents.
Mhm.
Look, y'all, United States of America, everybody is looking at us.
Yes,
as
they're
the way to
watching
go
us.
in the world. So it's just no way around that. So
Yes.
we did get that over there in Uganda. Shout out to Uganda. I know
Yes.
some of y'all are on. Welcome to the
Speaking
show.
of looking at us, everybody's going around saying that Damali looks just like Michelle Obama from last night.
I had people texting me
Man.
saying that. Damali, what's going on? Was that really you? Was it
I
Michelle?
don't listen. And I didn't even think about it until somebody was people were sending me pictures saying, "Oh my God, you look just like Michelle Obama," and I'm like, "What?
Like, what's going on?
Yeah." So hey, if I'm gonna be compared to somebody, Michelle Obama is not a bad choice. You know what I'm
How
saying?
many of y'all been looking at the Democratic convention, y'all,
Yes.
down there in Chicago? How many of y'all? Hey, Kim Hamilton, welcome to the show.
Hey,
Hello.
hey sis, how are you?
Man, those things are like the Super Bowl or a big major concert, man. It's lights, camera, action.
Well, you know what? I think that this is a way to get everybody engaged.
I
You know,
gotcha.
because it used to be that these events were not as well attended.
Right.
They were not. They were more so for people who didn't look like us.
Right.
And so to be able to have all of these stars come out and, you got your Beyoncés and, people, different folks that are advocating for the candidates, right? It makes a difference. And I think that also, it engages everybody.
Right.
I think that this is probably the most inclusive
Yes.
since Barack Obama. This is probably the most inclusive campaign that I've seen in a long time.
I think what I do, I go back to before this was announced, and we was in here talking about the debate between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump.
Yes.
And we were sitting here like, man, this is
Gloom and
a
doom.
debacle.
Yes.
Like, are you smarter than the fifth grade? They were talking about golf, who can push, who can. We was like, man, we looking to y'all to say how we gonna run this country.
Yes.
We don't really care how y'all play golf and all of that. We got a lot of issues in the world. So to me, it seemed like Kamala has added something. Now, let me say this one time. World One Development News you can use. We are not telling you who to vote for. You can vote for whoever you want. Our job is just to give you the information.
Right.
So that you can make an informed decision.
Yes. And so I actually watched we were all in the office last night and watched portions of the Democratic National Convention and some of the speeches that came out. The roll call. Did you guys see the roll call, the ceremonial roll call? Oh my God. When that, I think like there was several states that had so many different, votes that they could give. Right. And when you look at it, like, Massachusetts may have had, 500 votes that they can give, and they're giving all 500 votes for Kamala. You're just like, oh my God, people are really believing, and the spirit of democracy is alive again. Right. And so I listened to, and I don't know if you guys got a chance to see it, and if you didn't, it's on the internet everywhere. You can go back and look at it. But Michelle Obama actually spoke, former First Lady Michelle Obama, and then former President number 44. Barack Obama actually spoke.
He did good.
Oh my God.
Man, you talk about grand slams.
Man.
He was funny too at times.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely amazing. And so you need to go back and listen. But the one thing that Michelle said that I thought was really amazing is she said that America is believing in hope again.
Man, believing in hope. Yeah.
And that we needed to do something.
Right.
That we will hear some negative stuff about Kamala Harris. And when we hear those things, we need to do something.
Right.
Don't just sit on the sidelines. Don't just not vote. We need to do something, whether that's picking up somebody and taking them to the poll, whether that's going and knocking doors, whether that's calling somebody. We need to do something.
Yeah. I just want to say, Mr. James L. Johnson said, congratulations to Oklahoma's Representative Alicia Andrews at the DNC last night.
She was at the DNC.
Did it. I saw those pictures.
And we saw somebody from Omaha.
John.
Yeah. He was actually at the DNC.
I was like,
so we were
I saw a few people in the crowd.
Yeah, in the
There's
crowd.
A lot of people down there.
Yeah. So congratulations to all of you who got to be a part of that energy.
I saw a picture of our state representative, Senator-elect Regina Goodwin.
Oh,
I saw pictures, but so she's down there in the building too. So now I'm thinking, I kind of want to pull up one time. Now, I'm gonna be honest, that it's huge, but I think that Barack, it's just me. When it comes to that, he just so presidential, man.
Yes, and he laid out what our country needs and what Kamala is going to bring to
Right.
the table. Laid that out so eloquently. And it was not this, bantering back and forth and, I mean, just all the nonsense that we've seen, as far as a presidential election has, what's been going on. So what I will say, and I echo Charles's sentiment, we don't tell you who to vote for.
Right.
What we do tell you is to go out and do the research for yourself. Pay attention. And I'll just be honest. Since Barack, I have not been paying attention to the Democratic National Convention because it's just
Right
been
there.
a whole bunch of nonsense,
Yeah.
or any of the conventions, the
Right.
Republican convention or Democratic National Convention. But we need to be locked in. We need to be dialed in, right? Because if we are not, we're going to end up with, being in a situation in our country, and we don't want to do that.
Absolutely. I want to just welcome to the show, Mr. Bo Peep.
Hey.
Mr. Hinton, he's on, man, tuning in
Yes.
from Arkansas. James, what you say? And Donald John Trump is seeking one of those black jobs. Please don't forget that mic drop moment.
Mhm.
That was a mic drop. Michelle
That
Obama
was
said
a mic. That was
You
a
know what
mic
I
drop
mean?
moment.
It's-
Listen, you guys need to go back. I
You
mean,
gotta
there
go
were,
see it.
There were so many aha moments,
Right.
throughout Michelle Obama's speech as well as former President Barack Obama's speech. You just need to go and look at it.
And I think President Biden has done a good job, but it just seemed like when their campaign was starting, it's like you had to pick a side.
Mhm.
It's like if you're not here, then it's just all these harsh names. If you don't do this, then you are this and this and this.
Yeah.
So it's like at the end of the day, one of y'all gonna be our president.
Yes.
So if you're gonna be the president, you got to speak to everybody. You can't be like, well, if that side do this, because whoever goes in, that's gonna be our president.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what you got to think about. So all that division, because I always had said the same thing.
You've been
I'm
saying
looking
it.
for somebody that's gonna bring us together, so we don't have to be so divided. I don't need somebody in office where now you mean mugging your neighbor across the street.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we're gonna have a real quick break because we got another special guest live in studio. But instead of taking a break, we're gonna keep it rolling. That's what our producer said. What producer said, he means it. You know what I'm
Right.
talking about, Damali?
Right. So we're going to keep rolling. So as we told you guys today already, that this is election season.
It
and here
is.
in Tulsa, Oklahoma, we are actually voting for city council for all of the districts, all
All
9
nine,
districts in
right.
right here in our city. And we're also voting for mayor. So you heard earlier from mayoral candidate Monroe Nichols.
Right.
And now we have in studio our current District 1 City Councilwoman, Vanessa Hall Harper. And, we're going to hear from her about what it is that she, wants to do with this district if she's back in office.
Just like that.
Yes.
So what we would do is this: we got about 5,000-6,000 people on this live.
Yes.
And for whatever reason, because sometimes people don't get engaged in voting for whatever reason and don't know.
And who knows why.
But if they don't know,
Right.
District 1 City Councilwoman Vanessa Hall Harper. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Yes.
I'm well. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you very much. Tell the people a little bit about who you are, just in case for whatever reason they don't know you.
All right. Vanessa Hall Harper, born and bred in North Tulsa. Graduate of Robert Frost Elementary School.
Uh-oh.
Frost Bulldog, who you with? And then was bussed out to Edison. So I'm an Eagle. Die
Edison
hard.
Eagle.
Mm.
Yeah. Middle school and high school. Went away to college, Jackson State University in Jackson, Mississippi. Shout out to my HBCUs.
Just like that.
Yep. Studied political science, pre-law. Got my bachelor's degree. Came back home. Eventually went to University of Tulsa, got a certificate or paralegal studies, and then went to school to get my master's in management. So
That's a lot.
I say that simply because I think it's important that elected officials are qualified. A lot of elected officials don't have a knowledge and understanding or working knowledge of government, and it's important. You wouldn't go to a dentist who hadn't been to dental school.
You know what? And that's funny that you say that, because I actually got that from you when I heard you say that you you had your degree in political science, and that most candidates don't have that. They come from business or from other walks of life into this position, and they don't have that knowledge under their belt. And I noticed that Monroe Nichols had the same thing, which is why I brought it up earlier, that he also is a political science major. So what made you decide that you wanted to run in the first place?
I will say that I never intended to run for public office.
Right.
So people assume, oh, you study political science. That
That
meant
automatic.
and it was not. It was not at all. I actually intended to go to law school. Got back home and just Honestly, I've met a lot of attorneys that was buttholes, and then my student debt because of student debt.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
And then loading up more in law school because it's very expensive to go to law school. So. And so I decided not to do that, but I did work for government. My entire professional career is in government, working for the county. And so again, a working knowledge of government. And then actually the Lord placed it upon my heart to run for office, to be honest with you, because I'm looking at my community continuing to deteriorate, knowing and having a knowledge of, this shouldn't be. Right? There's ways in which government is supposed to serve its citizens, serve its people. And so I didn't see that taking place. And so I decided to run. Actually, I put it off first. I went back to school and got my master's. And then I said, when I finish my master's, then I'll run. And I did. I lost the first election. I tell people every time, don't just run and stop. Keep going. I lost in 2014. And then I ran again 2 years later in 2016 and won. And so I've been serving ever since.
Yeah. So in your service, people can be so fickle. You know that about our community.
Can I say this to my mom? It was so weird. This almost was 3 attorneys sitting here because you was going to go to law school. I actually came to Tulsa to go to law school. But then when I realized how much it costs, then like the pay started sliding down. Then people was out here chasing ambulance and stuff, and I was like, man. So I kind of did it. But it's just funny how you be on one path, and then you pivot and do something, but you still end up in your purpose.
Yes, absolutely. Right. And so people are so fickle. There are so many things because, and I'll just be honest, I never was really interested in government, or any of that until we actually started working with you. I was just like, because politicians, they lie, they just, I ain't got time for, I ain't got time for it. But what I've noticed, with hanging with you and working with you in this space, right, is that you have a true agenda about what you see. Like you're very intentional, right, about making sure that there are certain things that District 1 does not have, and you're very intentional, unapologetic about saying, this is what I want, this is what I need for my community. Right. Why is that?
Well, I think if you're going to really serve your constituents, that's what you have to do, and that's the role that you're supposed to fill. But I think, to your point, which turns a lot of people off, is that people get into office and they more so about people pleasing people with money, people with resources, people with power, as opposed to serving the needs of the citizenry. Right. And that happens at every level of government, local, county, state, federal. And I think it's a calling. And if you're really going to be someone that represents the people, you have to make that commitment, because it is so easy to start just veering towards the people with the funds, the people with the money. You mentioned it's campaign season, and some of you'd be surprised the amount of money that some of these local campaigns, city council races raise. They're in the double digits. Wow. Some even triple. I run on about $5,000, $7,000 at the most. And I'm frugal. I get out as soon as campaign over. I'm picking up signs and I'm reusing them. Right, them big signs, I've been using them for ever since I've been in office. And so because there's money, there's favors to be had, and there's money that you can have access to. But if you're going to be committed to your people, the people that represent you, that's not going to jive with just being someone ready to be a yes person, to say, you give me these resources or these favors and all this kind of stuff, then you'll have my support. And I don't do that. At the end of the day, if you want my support, then you got to show me and prove to me that what you want to do is going to benefit my community. So
that's the slogan, unbought.
Unbought, unbossed, Shirley Chisholm.
That's what that came from. When I saw that, I said, oh man, this is going to be different. Let me ask you this. So you had your passion and your reason that you got into it, but now that you've been in the space, is what your perception of what you was going to be able to do? What's the difference between reality and what I thought I was going to be able to do during this time you've been in office?
It's the same for me.
Okay.
It's not a big gap. I knew before I ran, I did my own evaluation, talking to people in the community to see, hey, what are your needs? What are your concerns? Right. I know I live here, but I want to know what other people's concerns are, because you can still live in the same community and not have the same issues.
That's right.
For example, food security, which was one of my biggies, right? Stopping the proliferation of dollar stores and ultimately getting a grocery store. But that wasn't a really big issue for me. Why? Because I had adequate transportation. I can go anywhere in the city I wanted to go in order to by food.
Yeah.
But most of my constituents are not in that space. And so that, even though it was not my number one personal family priority, it was for a lot of people in my district. And so I had to take on that issue and fight it. And we're still fighting it to this day.
Yeah.
Glad to say that Oasis is 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years.
And
that's
strong.
Yes.
It's strong.
Let me do some quick. Welcome to the show to Trisha Thompson. Welcome to the show, Terrence Luster. Welcome to the show, Robin Young and Quentin June. Welcome to the show. Well, let's get into the platform.
Okay.
Because everybody want to know when they all boil down to, okay, if I'm going down to vote, because voting's right around the corner next week.
Yes.
Then what is the platform?
Early voting starts tomorrow.
Early voting starts
early
tomorrow.
voting.
Yeah. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
All the way up.
It's early voting.
In
And then-
Tulsa County.
Yeah, in Tulsa
In
County.
Tulsa
Yeah.
County.
Yeah.
In
Preface
Tulsa
that.
County.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for the people that don't know, for whatever reason, what platform are you running on?
So my platform has not changed. You can go to my website and look at those issues. Basically five issues. Food security being one of the main ones. Again, my district was the only district in the city did not have any grocery stores.
Right.
And so that was that's certainly one of my campaign platforms. Public safety, right? So you'll hear a lot of the same issues amongst people who are running for office if they took the time to even develop a platform. A lot of people don't even do that.
Right.
But again, as far as public safety, we've been working with fought for the equality indicator hearings. And that initially they told me no, right? But then sometimes seats change, seats turn over, and a couple of people came onto the council and said, hey, they agreed, and we ended up having those hearings. And so public safety, when we're talking about police, we're talking about fire, we're talking about IMSA, all of those things that are absolutely necessary to live and feel safe in a community.
Right.
And so I'm definitely an advocate for those platforms, but I also I'm very open and public about my issues with law enforcement and how there are some issues, right? I've been quoted as saying there's crooked ass cops on the police department, and there are. But that's not an indictment to the entire police department.
Right.
But I think you will find those issues in any police department. The issues that I'm having is that we as a city, I don't believe in their leadership, are doing enough to address that. To build the community's support and following of law enforcement. It's just not happening. And it's a problem throughout the nation.
If you have to give a grade, I'll just say A, B, C, or D. What do you have us in terms of how we doing with that issue?
On what?
On
law
the issue?
enforcement?
Yeah.
F?
We had an F?
Yeah.
Girl, he didn't even say F. He said A, B, C, D.
He said great.
I said great. No, I did say great. That's in there.
You said
I didn't want to say that. I want to say
He said he stopped at D.
He stopped at D.
No, F is in there.
we had an F right now. But what are we going to do to get from an F at least to a D plus or a C minus?
We have to hire leadership in law enforcement that is committed to engaging with the community to solve problems.
Right.
And we've seen examples of that. Omaha, Nebraska, right? They are doing excellent work in building support. And you see it in their crime numbers.
Right.
That have drastically, they've been recognized by the White House for their work they've done in law enforcement and in the community and building that support. And they work together. They meet every month. We've gone to some of those meetings where they are engaging constantly if there's an issue. And they're not only addressing the crime, but if there's social issues, social determinant of health issues that a family or community is addressing, they're working collaboratively to address those. And when you do that, you see crime reduction. And so if we're not willing to do that, and we have not been as of yet as a city, then we're going to continue to have these problems. I teach at TCC. I ask every beginning class who's interested in going into public service and law enforcement.
Right.
Hands do not raise.
Wow.
And so we have to think about that in the future, because people are not going into, people are still getting old, people are retiring, but we can't keep up with attrition rates.
Man, we got to do better.
And so, what is that going to mean?
But
safety is
so
going to be
safety is number one.
It's going to be a big problem.
We got to get that real quick. Ernest Lynch said, tell Councilwoman Harper to keep up the good work, and thanks. James Johnson still trying to get them lights on Mohawk. I don't have to read the whole thing. So we need the lights on Mohawk.
You know
it's out there. We said, of course, doing a good job, but that work is in motion.
Absolutely.
So so we have food security, safety. What's the name? Housing,
Man,
right?
yeah.
It's always been on my platform, and it's even worse now as far as the housing crises than not only the city of Tulsa but the country.
Yes,
the country's in. So we have to figure out ways to make sure we have adequate and affordable housing.
Right.
And affordable housing has gotten a bad rap when we say affordable housing, because so many people think when you hear affordable housing, then you must be talking about projects.
Yeah.
Or people that's on, state assistance. And that's
Right.
just not the case. And so we have to, in doing that and some of the other areas, overall, my focus is Black entrepreneurship and self-sufficiency for our community and for our people. So when we are addressing these issues, these are opportunities for people to stand up, work in your community, people that look like us, right? And to address these issues and still build wealth at the same time.
Right.
Because when we just allow the big developers, I had a meeting just yesterday, when we allow these big developers come in, and when I say big, they are mostly white.
Right.
They come in and they're just doing the same thing, profiting off of a community that has historically been disenfranchised. And so, because there's always a buck to be made.
Sure. Right.
And so what I support and want to see more of is we're solving our own problems, of course, but also taking advantages of those ways to earn a livable wage and to build wealth.
Yes.
And I'm
what
unapologetic about that. They
Yeah,
say,
'cause we
well,
gotta-
we're
we got
addressing
one
the need. No,
Yeah.
it's more than addressing the need.
It's
Right.
more than that.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely more than that. So
One other question. There's a lot of development that's happening in District 1 right now. And how are we guaranteeing, or guarantee maybe not be a good word,
yeah, it
but
is.
how,
That's a good word.
okay, that that we benefit
Yep.
from this development, as far as part of your platform.
Absolutely.
I like
And
that.
so one of the things that we did, when I say we, I'm talking about myself and Sherry Gamble Smith, the late Sherry Gamble Smith, rest in peace. We started the Black Wall Street Chamber of Commerce.
Sure.
We did not have a Black chamber in our community that was functioning as a chamber. And so there was a need for that, and we created that chamber. So one of the things that we do, I was on a call just last week about a potential development in my district, and I was very unapologetic. Look, these are opportunities for jobs. If you want my support, I want to see a community benefits agreement that you are willing to say this is a percentage of business that's going to go to Black businesses.
I
And
like
so
that.
it's doing those types of things that's outside of the box. We can't do it with government, right? Government has made it illegal to right wrongs, basically in this state. And so, but when you have all of these private developments, then you can go to those who are just like with crossover and any other type of significant development.
Right.
Who's ever administrating those developments, they can ensure, they can say, yeah, we're going to be committed to this.
All right.
And
We
so,
can go to the live real quick because they've
Okay.
been burning the phone up. All right. This is KBOB 89.9 FM World One Development News. You can use caller. Who we have on the line?
Caller, are you there? Okay, well, I guess
We gave it a shot.
yeah, we gave it a shot.
Shout out to the live. Shalon Renee Youngblood, welcome to the show.
Hey, Shalon.
Calvin Wright, welcome to the show. Eli Grayson, welcome
Hey,
to the
Eli.
show. And Mr. AJ Johnson said he's blessed to know you and we wish you the best. You're doing a good job. I'll
Yes.
summarize what he
Yeah,
said.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to
Put
that down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for anyone who wants to follow you or know more about your platform before we get to the polls,
Yes.
and then also share what you're doing to help folks get to the polls, if there's anything that you're doing.
Yes. So first of all, for information about our work, I have a website, vote for the number 4 Vanessa. So it's VOTE, the number 4 Vanessa, VANESSA, and then D as in district, the letter D, and the number 1. So vote for VanessaD1.com. I also have a Facebook page as well. So you can follow us on there and see some of the things that we've been able to, not only the platform, but some of the things we've been able to accomplish. Right. We just a couple of weeks ago signed a executive order. The mayor signed an executive order
Yes.
to formulate a reparations commission. It's called Beyond Apology Commission. So there's things like that. The Save Our Homes initiative that helps people not lose their homes due to taxes. So there's a lot of good things that's going on. So if you want to know and follow us on that information, please do so. The information is there. It's out there. So it's not hard to find. And then what was the last thing you said?
About getting to the
Getting
polls.
to the polls. If anyone needs a ride to the polls, please go onto our website or our Facebook page, share that information, and we will make sure you get to the polls. Absolutely.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it. Well, District 1 City Councilwoman Vanessa Harper, thank you for coming through, Spending a little time right here on KBOB 89.9 FM, World One Development News, Charles and Damali, and the infamous JB Smooth. And we wish you all the best.
Thank you for the invitation.
Just like that. And so I'm gonna let you say goodbye to about these 6,000 people. Whatever your final thoughts are, just leave them with that as you go.
Power to the people. Please get out and vote, not only in your local elections, but also your national elections that's coming up. Make sure that you are registered to vote and that you can get to the polls and vote. We have to let our voices be heard. Power to the people.
Just like that. KBOB 89.9 FM, World One Development News. You can use Charles and Damali, and we will be right back with upcoming events.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
Fitting Back In is a reintegration program designed to help those released from prison to fit back into the community as productive, valuable members of society. They help schedule various classes such as anger management, substance abuse, and mental health. They also work with different programs in the community to provide job training. If you or someone you know needs help with resources in career development, employment, or housing, to find out more information, call 918-592-3500 or stop by 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
EduRec is a youth and family fun center located at 5424 North Madison Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At EduRec, we offer a host of activities for children and families of the Tulsa community at little to no cost. To find out about the many programs, activities, and services offered at EduRec, please visit our website, www.edurectulsa.com, or just give us a call at 918-430-3947.
KBOB 89.9 FM, World One Development News. You can use Charles and Damali, and we are back.
We are back. So you guys have got a wealth of information. So you got plenty of homework that you need to be doing, especially if you're right here from Tulsa, Oklahoma, where early voting is going to be starting on tomorrow. So we keep saying it because we want you to get it down in your spirit. Early voting for Tulsa County starts tomorrow, and it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You just go down to the Tulsa County Election Board, 555 North Denver, and make sure you have your voter registration card, and you can go ahead and vote early. And then the polls, the actual general election, is going to happen on Tuesday of next week. And you can vote from 7 o'clock a.m. until 7 o'clock p.m. at your regular polling place.
Speaking of elections, you guys know we just had Steve Harvey's security here last week. Big Boom came through. And speaking of Steve Harvey, Dr. Umar Johnson accused Steve Harvey of taking money and pushing the agenda for Kamala, as well as
Kamala is the Ugandan warrior,
right? Kamala.
Anyway, he accused Steve Harvey of taking $10,000 and to campaign for Kamala for president. And Steve Harvey got on his platform and said, "Hey man, I don't even walk out the door for $10,000." And matter of fact,
right,
I'm campaigning for free for Kamala. Mm-hmm. That's what Steve Harvey said.
Just like that. There's always something going on in the news.
That's trending in the news right now.
Yeah,
that's crazy stuff. Y'all stay on top of it now.
All right. So, you guys make sure that you're watching the Democratic National Convention tonight. Yes. There's going to be some great things that are happening. And I think tonight is when Kamala actually gets the nomination.
Tonight is the night.
I think tonight is the night.
There's so many surprises with it. That's why I be watching. I be saying, like, who coming out next?
Yeah,
who coming out next?
Yeah, what's going? Yeah, it just starts setting. Yeah. So, so let's do that. So it looks like we are up next with Black History Trivia.
We got like 10 minutes, y'all. We will a little over, but we're going to get up out of here, y'all.
Yes. Okay, so Black History Trivia. I'm going to give the question one more time, give you guys a couple of more minutes to get your answer. Who was the first African-American school board member and judge? Was it A, John Mercer Langston? Was it B, Wentworth Cheswell? Was it C, Edward Garrison Walker? Or was it D, Alexander Lucius Twilight? We already have answers. Let me see. JB and Pat said A. Charles and AJ said C,
Right.
and Bobby said D.
The listeners want you to read it one more time.
They want me to read it one more time.
Man,
I'm just playing with you.
we ain't reading that no more. We done. It's down to the answer. The show is already almost up.
Right.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
This is a good one, Damali.
So I once again I'll say JB and Pat said A, Charles and AJ said C, and Bobby said D. If you said, which nobody did, the answer was B. It was Wentworth Cheswell.
Wentworth.
I thought y'all were gonna say that because of Wentworth. That
I'm thinking Alexander Lucius was a gambling shack man.
No,
right.
So it says
these
Wentworth
names don't match.
Wentworth Cheswell first served in an elective office in 1776 as a local school board member in Newmarket, New Hampshire, and later as a justice of the peace, making him the first African American to serve as a judge. He would serve in the elective office until his death in 1817.
Wow.
So that is Wentworth Cheswell. Go look him up.
That is your Black History
Wentworth.
Trivia question answer.
Yes.
That's kind of like saying
none of us got right.
Farnsworth Bentley.
I know, right?
All right, let's get these upcoming events, y'all, so we can get on.
Okay, upcoming events. The 36th Street North Event Center has dates available. If you're looking for a place to hold your wedding, birthday party, banquet, repast dinner, community event, etc., give us a call at 918-200-9046 to reserve your spot. Oasis Fresh Market is now accepting the Cherokee Nation Summer Nutrition Card. Go by there at 1725 North Peoria Avenue, Monday through Saturday from 8 o'clock a.m. until 9 o'clock p.m. and Sundays from 8 o'clock a.m. until 8 o'clock p.m. Be sure to check your polling place now. We've been telling you guys to do this for a minute now. Early voting starts tomorrow, August 22nd and 23rd from 8 o'clock a.m. until 6 o'clock p.m. and then August 24th from 8 o'clock a.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. Go to the Tulsa County Election Board located at 555 North Denver Avenue to place your vote. Black Business Summit is going to be happening Saturday, August the 24th. So that's this coming Saturday from 8:30 a.m. until 10:30 a.m. This event is hosted by Willie and Yolanda Barney of Revive Oklahoma and Carver Legacy Center. Charles and I will be their virtual guests. In order to register for the Black Business Summit, you go to reviveomaha.com. The deadline to register is August 23rd, which is going to be on Friday. Of course, you heard about Miss Wanda J, that she is inviting the community to celebrate her 50 years of culinary tradition and family heritage. It's going to be happening at the Greenwood Cultural Center on Saturday, August the 24th from 5 o'clock p.m. until 9 o'clock p.m. For more information, go to eventbrite.com to get your ticket. The event is totally free.
Man, some Wonder J's for free, and you get to celebrate her. I can't wait.
The Eaton Out Band is going to be performing at the Gathering Place on Riverside on Saturday, August the 31st, which is Labor Day weekend at 2 o'clock p.m. So that is Uncle Bobby's band. So you guys make sure that you go out and support the Eating Out Band.
Y'all like to go eating out, or y'all like eating in? Eating out. Yeah.
You got to remember that's a 13-piece band, so that's not the 2 or 3 people.
No doubt.
We talking about a 13-piece band, so y'all better pull up.
They can play too. They got all great musicians.
Great musicians.
Yes, we have been and seen them a couple of times, and they've done really good job. Okay, birthdays. August 21st, which is today. Jalen and Janaea Henderson actually have birthdays today. August 26th is going to be Betty Nagulu over in Uganda. It's going to be her birthday.
Betty.
And then August 27th, Courtney Berry and Tony Mason are celebrating birthdays.
That's cousin and family right there. Happy birthday. My best friend's birthday is on the 24th.
Okay.
Down there in Missouri, man. Just want to give him a shout out. Darren Junell.
All right. Happy birthday.
Morning.
All right. So if you would like to reach us, you can hit us up on any of our social media platforms. That is Facebook or Instagram. You can hit us up at World One Development, the 36th Street North Event Center, Fitting Back In Prison Reentry, or what did I forget? Edgerec Youth and Family Fun Center. You can also check us out on nycu.fm, where we play today's R&B and throwback hits and all of our radio personalities. We have 8 radio personalities there, and one of them is going to suit your needs.
Just like that. Damali, great job today.
Great job to you too as well.
DJ JB Smooth, our producer.
Hey, what's going on, man? You know what I'm going to have to hit him with, right?
What's that?
That cruise ship.
Man, shout out to Alicia Hill for coming through.
Yes.
Shout out to State Representative and mayoral candidate.
Yes.
Monroe Nichols came up. We also had City Councilwoman Vanessa Hall Harper pull up.
Yes.
And man, the legend.
Yes.
The one and the only.
Yes.
Miss Wanda J came through. getting ready to celebrate her 50-year anniversary. We're going to highlight it with Miss Wanda J because that's serving the community right there. But we gotta go. We got to get up out of here, y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Click like, click share on this video because we know over some good stuff. Make sure you get out the vote. It starts tomorrow.
Early voting is
Early
tomorrow.
vote starting tomorrow. But we got to go, y'all. Please consider donating to Eden Media Services to help our community radio continue to stay on the air. You can send your donation made to pay over to Damali Groovin over here now.
JB Jamming.
1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D. We moving on up, y'all. Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106. This has been news you can use with your boy Charles Harper. That's me.
And Damali Wilson. That's me.
And we are live every Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So make sure you tune in.
Yeah, this has been a great show, guys. Make sure you check us out on all social media at World One Development. And if you would like to advertise or promote your business on the show, inbox us on Facebook at World One Development. This has been World One Development's news you can use with your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper and Ms. Damali Wilson. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the guests and not to the host and their guests, and not necessarily to this radio station, organization, committee, or other groups or individuals associated with KBOB 89.9, Eden Media Services, and of course, World One Development. This show has been brought to you today by the lovely Miss Wanda J's 50th celebration taking place Saturday at the Greenwood Culture Center. If you haven't got your tickets yet, go to eventbrite.com and search what, Charles?
Wanda J.
That's all you got to
do it right now. We're going to be
Hurry
there.
up and do it because it's on there. It says they're going fast.
They are going fast. So when the ticket's out, you're going to be in the overflow room.
That's outside. That's outside.
You'll be under the bridge. We're going to be dropping you off a piece of chicken by yourself.
No, they ain't getting my chicken.
Later.
Now that's how you DJ, JB.
Sorry, I'm out.
I'm
trying to get us to the cruise ship.
Okay.
Alicia, we'll be on that cruise ship.